Okay, so this is an attempt to combine all the signals that we've covered into a standardized spade carding system. And the reason I want to do this is so that hopefully a large amount of advanced and expert level players will be familiar enough with this that you can sit with just about anyone and without having to have in-depth discussions, be able to use a really effective carding system. Right now in the game of spades, it's not required to announce what kind of carding you use, mainly because it would only confuse average players if you did that, and also because hardly anybody really uses sophisticated carding. But the more and more players that utilize this, and especially if you're at a table with 4 expert level players, I really think it's an ethical situation at that point, and you should announce what kind of carding you're using. If we have a standardized system, it becomes very simple. You can just say, hey, we play stat, or we played modified stat, so on and so forth. Stat is simply standard attitude and trump signaling. And the way this works is, for leads, all leads are standardized. Meaning from a sequence, we lead the top of a sequence, ace from ace king, king from king queen, queen from queen jack, etc. When you lead from an ace without the king, like ace small small or ace small small small, you also lead your ace there. When you lead from a suit that's not headed by touching honors, you lead low from a suit where you've got the king or the queen, and you lead top of a suit where you've got nothing higher than the 10. Attitude signaling is just standard attitude like discussed in my video. High is encouraging, low is discouraging. When attitude is obvious, you can switch to suit preference signaling. Trump signaling, like in the last video I covered, is also standard. High is good trumps, low is bad trumps. Responder, high is good support, low is bad support. After a trump signal has already been shown, any lead after that we will switch to standard suit preference signals. Another variation of this is UDAT, which is simply upside down attitude and trump signals. And the way that works is like this. Okay, so upside down signaling is simply reversing what the meanings are. So a lot of experts prefer upside down because they don't like giving up a high card just to say, hey, I like this suit. So they've reversed the meanings to a low card showing interest in a continuation and a high card showing disinterest. You can also switch the meanings of any other signal that you use, such as a trump signal. A low one is encouraging or positive, whereas a high one is discouraging or a negative. So it's something to discuss with your partner whether you want to use just standard or upside down. But get familiar enough with the system and teach other players this system so that hopefully there's a large enough amount of players that we can start standardizing these kinds of carding methods.